Hi everybody, welcome to Beautiful Blooms. Kathy's Beautiful Blooms, that's K-A-T-H-Y, Kathy with a K. My Facebook group is Floral Class with Kathy, K-A-T-H-Y. I hope all of you will join me there. How's everybody doing this evening? This is actually part 2 of this video. I'm making this very large wicker basket design, and I may not show part 1 because I did just put in the greenery here, but we can do a recap of that real quick. So this is a wicker basket faux floral arrangement, and a lot of you have wicker baskets or some kind of basket at home. Maybe it's a round one. It's probably not as large as this one. This one right here is probably like 16 by 12 or something like that. So I always like to do things over the top. So this is a very large basket that I'm making, and we're going to recap what I did in part 1. I may not show that, so we can keep going, and let me show you what I'm actually making with it. I'm going to be doing blue and white. I know the traditional kind of summer spring theme is orange and yellow and pink and fuchsia, and all of those colors are absolutely beautiful, but every now and then I like to add a little splash of blue. And I didn't actually, I had bought this container to make something else, and I didn't have this blue color that I really wanted, so I bought this spray paint at my local craft store. It's the Krylon Decor Selects. This is satin Oxford blue, and you can see how beautiful that is. So what I did is I went ahead and I spray painted some flowers. For example, these beautiful berries here, they were actually a very light baby blue, and I even spray painted the leaves, and I think it's gonna, I'm not gonna use a lot of this, but a few sprigs, so it really brings it out, that beautiful blue. And I also sprayed some roses here, some beautiful roses, and I'm gonna use a sprig or 2 here and there. And so if you buy a container that you love and you can't find exactly what you need, everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, no. But I did want to have a little sprig of this pretty blue. This container has actually a blue and a brown in it, and it's really nice, and I really like it. So I'm going to be making something out of that. So I did just go ahead and spray paint my flowers, and you can do that too. And hydrangeas, hydrangeas are so easy to spray any color that you want. I have a bunch of hydrangeas here. Let me see if I can show you. These hydrangeas, you can see it has specks of light blue and different colors in there. So I lightly sprayed and kind of misted the top so I get that dark blue that matches my container. I'm not going to be using a lot of blue in that container, but if you go to Floral Class with Kathy on Facebook, I'll post a picture when I make that arrangement, okay? But we are making a blue and white arrangement, and I might put a little bit of yellow in this one. I haven't decided yet, but look how adorable these are. Can you see the beautiful pearls in there? And in floral arranging, we like to work in odd numbers, and so I think this is just perfect, having the 3 branches. You know, if it had 5 or 7 or whatever, that would be good too. But and if you buy any flowers like this and you want to add pearls or diamonds, accents, or whatever, it makes it really beautiful. I wouldn't recommend you like do a bunch and make it gaudy or anything like that, is my opinion, but if you wanted to do a few of them, it'd be really beautiful. I hope everybody's doing great this evening. We're just going to hang out, spend a little bit of time together, and see what we come up with. It'll be fun. Okay, so what I've done so far, all I've really done is I've been putting this greenery all around. You never want any mechanics to show, so I am just going ahead and putting this in here, and what goes up must come down. So if you put one up here, you'll want to put one on the side, and I've started a few things up here, and I'm just going to put that in there. And then I just I have this Sheer Bonder wireless hot glue gun, and you can actually use it 2 minutes before you have to put it back on the charger. And I just, I'm making this a permanent arrangement, so I do want to put a dab of hot glue around that so it stands up nice and straight, and it's going to be permanent. And I did go around the edges of these, and I did put hot glue on them because I want these to stay in there. If I didn't want this to be permanent, maybe I was going to change the color of the flowers or something, I would not put the hot glue. But all the stems, I put them in on the side, and I've hot glued those. So what I have here, I have 4 layer blocks of dry foam on the top, and I have 4 layers, a layer of 4 block foam on the bottom. And I hot glued the first layer to the bottom of my container, and then I put a second layer on top, and I hot glued all that. So this is very, very sturdy, and it's not going to fall apart, and I can work easily with this. And so also remember, when you're putting your dry foam in your container, you will want to leave like an inch, a half an inch to an inch here, so that you can put your beautiful greenery around the bottom. You can see that this is going to be very, very large. Okay, let's just continue putting our greenery in there, and then we're going to put some of this. This is called preserved moss, and you just get it at your craft store. And I wanted to show you a little trick. If you've watched my videos or came to my classes, I do hold local classes in Katy. You already know this, but I like to share it. You can just get your preserved moss, because you don't want any mechanics in. Just kind of spread it out all over your arrangement like this. And if you're a beginner, maybe you don't have the U-hooks at home that holds your moss down. So this is a little trick, something you can do. You can just get your everyday 22 gauge floral wire, and I've got some little pliers here, and I also have a pair of scissors here. So what you can do is you can just cut you off a piece of wire. Let's see, cut you off a piece of wire, and that's only about, it's only just a little, it's just a small piece here, and just fold it in half. See, and then this makes your hook, your U-hook right here. I don't know if you can see it. And then you just simply get your moss laid out here, and then you just put it right down in the foam. Can you hear it going down in there? Let me see if I can show you all that. And that's going to hold it for you, because if you buy a bag of U-hooks, there's usually like 1,000 or something in the bag. You may not need that many. So, and you don't even have to buy them. You can just use your floral wire that you're using. This is a 22 gauge. It's a very light one. You can get it heavier if you want, but I found this seems to work for everything that I do. Most everything that I do. So I'm just going to continue putting my moss, spreading that all around, just so none of my mechanics are showing. And I always think this is kind of a fun part for some reason. I may be different than everyone else, but I like doing this. And I like the feeling of putting that U-hook in there, and it just stays right there. It makes it so easy. And I'm just spreading this all around. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. If you like the video, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm a brand new YouTuber, and I really appreciate all of you as I'm building my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. I know you have a lot of choices, and you're here with me, and I really appreciate it. And it's going to be fun. We're just going to hang out and see what we come up with this. I've been doing a little bit of traveling, so I don't really have a plan for what I'm going to make with this. I'm just going to come up with it as we go, okay? And you can do that sometimes. Most of the time I'm pretty organized, and I already know what I'm going to do and how I'm going to do it and everything. But tonight, no, I don't really know. I'm just going to play with this and see what I can put together. And I think that beautiful blue is just going to stand out so nice. Yeah, just look around the house and see what kind of basket you have. Maybe you have a wicker basket, a square basket, a round basket. Maybe you have a smaller one or a large. You might even have a larger one if you wanted. But whatever you have, you can just use that. And I really don't think I need any more of this, so I'm just going to make a couple of hooks, and then I'm going to move on to the next step. Okay. And sometimes I do it a bit wide like this if I want to cover a pretty big area, okay? If you're covering a small area, you could do it small, but since I am covering a large area, and to save a little time, I'm just gonna put 2 fingers under it like that. Like that. See, 2 fingers under it like that. Sorry about that. 2 fingers under it like that, so that I can cover more area. So you can make a small hook or a large hook. And I'm going to just make a large hook because I have quite a bit of area to cover right now. But it doesn't take any time at all. Hope everybody's comfortable. Go grab your cappuccino, your water, have a drink, grab a snack, maybe some ice cream. That's what I was thinking sounds really, really good. Maybe some fat-free ice cream, maybe some Oreos with all the sugar. Whatever snack you're having. And then just get comfortable and relax, and we'll just make this together. Maybe go look for your basket and turn it back on in a minute and join me and we'll make it together. And I always love seeing anything that you guys make. If you'll please send it to Floral Class with Kathy, Kathy, on Facebook. I would absolutely love to see anything that you make, okay? And if you ever have questions for me, just put them in the comments and I'll get back to you as soon as I can on that, as soon as I see it, alright? Alright, we're almost done here. I just don't want it to be falling over, the moss falling out and all that. So I'm making my hook really wide to cover this large area here. And I'm almost done. You don't want anything sticking up because it will poke you, so if it feels like it's sticking up, just turn it around and poke that back down in there. Okay, let me see. I think I need a piece over here. And then we'll continue putting our greenery in. Floral designing is so relaxing, and if it brings out your creativity, and everybody has it, so I encourage you definitely to try it. And I've got these, and I think these make really pretty fillers, and we're gonna probably use some of those since we're gonna be using these beautiful yellow ones, blues, and that's pretty and shiny. And I have a big variety of greenery here. You don't want it to all be the same, but what you do on one side, you'll want to do on the other side, or if you do it here, you'll do it over there, so it'll balance your arrangement, okay? And I'm just gonna keep filling this in. I'm gonna start putting, and these dollar leaves are like one of my faves. I think those are adorable. And these are pretty if whatever you put up, what goes up must come down, so remember that. So if I put these here, like that, then I'm gonna put some down here also, okay? And I think actually I will do that. I'm just gonna keep filling this in, and then I randomly just grab my glue gun and I just try to go back over some that I hadn't filled in yet. And then that's gonna be very sturdy for you. This one. And I don't put my greenery in straight up and down. I put that in at a nice angle, okay? And so you'll want to do that. This is a very large piece of greenery, and I have actually used about half of it in the arrangement, but this whole stem was $3.99 and I got it for 40% off. So I just cut it up and use it everywhere, because see, that's going to fill a lot of space right there. Let me see where we need it. We might need it right here, right in the corner. See how lovely that is right here in the corner? Hope you guys can see that. And then we put one there, so we're going to go on the other side. And always remember to cut your stems at a sharp, sharp angle, because you want this very sharp, so when you do put it into your dry foam, it's going to go in there so easy, just like that. Okay. Now I'm just putting in my another glue stick here, because I want to make sure I got these very secure, because like I said, this is going to be a permanent arrangement. If I were just making this a temporary arrangement, And when you put your hot glue on the one standing up here, it's going to stand up nice and tall, and it's not going to fall over for you. So always put a dab of glue right here at the bottom on your base right here, and that's going to keep that standing. And you don't have to hold it or anything. It will just stand up. It'll dry in just a minute and stand up for you, because a lot of times when you're working with hot glue, you do have to press things down for a minute just to make sure it's secure before you let go, and that'll save you a lot of time. And I bought this branch, all this greenery I got for $2.99. It was 40% off, and it's got 2 different kinds. So anytime you can buy greenery that has 2 or 3 different kinds on the stem, grab that, because you can always cut it up and put it all around, because you always want to have a variety in your greenery, and it makes it more interesting. Okay, so I'm cutting this at an angle, and what you do on one side, you want to do on the other side. So I'm going to take another sprig of this right here, and I'm just going to put it on the other side. Very easy. The other side is looking so full, so I might just put it right here. And then I'll probably put another piece over there. And this side needs a little bit more greenery. And if the stem is not very long, if you scroll back to other videos, I've showed you how to make stems. But right now these are short, but I'm hot gluing it in there, so it's fine. It's not going to go anywhere at all. Alright, let's see now. I got this, and I've already cut this up a bunch, but you've always got to, let me give you a little tip on cutting these tags off, okay? If you take your scissors right here and you go like at a very sharp angle right here into your stem, like you're cutting at a sharp angle into your stem, just do one clip like that, and then take your finger and peel it off, and that's step 1. Step 2 is just go where you peeled it at. The step where you put your cut in it, and then just go around, and it comes off easy, because otherwise you'll be sitting here trying to scrape it off. But no, that's a very easy way to get your stickers off, okay? So if you don't remember anything else about my video, remember that, because how many times have you actually tried and couldn't get the sticker off, okay? So that's an easy way to do it. And I'm not putting them up and down. Remember, I'm putting them at an angle, and this has a very long stem, so I think I'm just going to actually put that right there, because that one's a little bit hard to cut. So that's fine. We need, what goes up must come down, so we do need some greenery there. And I'm almost done filling in this greenery, so I think I got quite a bit of the same on this side, so I do need a variety over here. Let me see what else I have. Just put a little glue dot there. Okay, and these little ones are fun. I'll just mix it up kind of with these little ones. These have little berries on them. I'll just put those in there. I have a little bit of eucalyptus here, and that had a very short stem, so I definitely got to dab that with my glue, because I don't want that coming out. Yeah, and anything with a really short stem like those, we're just going to put it in there and dab it with our glue. We've almost got our greenery in. Don't y'all just love those glue strings? Okay. As long as you don't burn yourself, I guess they're fine. Okay, I'm going to cut this. It's got this little piece left over from just something random that I possibly had, because I do want to kind of mix this side up a little bit more the way I have these. I have different pieces in here, but it's already looking so cute, so cute. I always say try to keep your work area a little bit clean if you can, because I call it a stress-free environment. Okay, so I'm just gonna, and these stems right here that I've cut off from things, save every one of these, because I like to tell everyone in my class, I like to buy high quality blooms because I think my arrangements look better. And so to save money, I use everything. I'll use instead of buying the pre-made sticks that have the wire already attached, I'll just get one of these, and I'll just I'll just stick it straight to my stem just like that, and I'll wrap my wire around it, and then I'll get my my floral tape, which is sticky on both sides, and I'll just go around and around, and I'll make a stem for it. So if you're buying the nice blooms and you're using the stems, and just a few minutes ago I cut these beautiful little roses off of a stem. I wanted to use the greenery, but I didn't want to use this stuff here, so I just cut the tips off the long piece of greenery, and I used all the greenery. But I'm not throwing this away because I can always make stems for these, and these are just so cute. With Mother's Day coming up, you could even put these in a little teapot and, you know, make a Mother's Day teapot gift, and just add a little stem to them if you need to. Or you could put them in some dry foam, and you could just put a little dot of glue around, hot glue around them, and make a cute little thing. So don't throw anything away. We use everything. And when you're selecting your blooms at the store, feel the flowers. Do they feel nice and soft and pretty, or do you crinkle them and hear a plastic sound? If you hear that plastic sound, don't get those, because you're not going to be probably happy with your arrangement, okay? And another thing you can do is, if you're making your arrangement, you have all these artificial flowers, you can also, if you have company coming and you have this sitting on your table, and you're going to have people all around the table, you know, this is going to be low enough where everybody can see each other. You could also add some fresh blooms in here. Just get the little 2-ounce water containers, put the water in there, and stick your little stem in there, and then just put it right in there. A few real roses or real whatever flower you have, and then your faux arrangement with the real ones is just going to be exquisite, okay? And that's something you can do if, you know, the evening of your dinner party. Yeah, and I always love to mix the faux flowers with fresh flowers, and that looks really beautiful. Okay, and I have this beautiful little spray of greenery. I just love greenery. It just adds so much. Let me see if there's any place that looks sparse. It looks pretty good, actually. I think it belongs right there. Found one little spot. I'm having a glue war. Little strings of glue everywhere. Oh, but it's fun. I don't care. I love it. Okay, so like I said, let me clean up this little area, and then we're just going to figure out what we're going to do now with all these beautiful blue and white flowers. I really don't know. We're just going to see what we come up with, and just make it. If you just follow the principles of design, you don't really have to think about it a whole lot. You know, we work in odd numbers, we work in triangles, and what goes up must come down, and what you do on one side, you do on the other side. So if you'll just remember some very simple, basic principles in doing your faux arrangements or your real arrangements, when you're doing your real arrangements, for example, just cut off all the leaves, because no water goes in. No leaves go in the water ever. Cut everything at an angle. If you'll just, you know, maybe write down some very basic instruction in floral design, you'll be designing like a pro in no time. And you'll see that it's not very difficult at all once you get started. Just like I said, I don't have a plan for those, but I'm just going to apply some very simple techniques, and we're just going to see what we come up with, okay? I really like this eucalyptus a lot, so I'm just going to put another piece right there, and I had it left over. So, and this lamb's ear, I have some lamb's ear here, and I came down and I made a triangle. So I have, let me show you, I have some lamb's ear here, and so I made a triangle, and I put some here, so what goes up must come down. So you can kind of follow that, put some over here, and then make a triangle on this side. So if I have some over here, I definitely need some over here. So I'm just gonna, just put it right there, right here. Okay, because that was the only other sprig I could find at the moment. And before this is over, I may find some more, and I would like to have a couple more pieces, but everything does not have to be absolutely perfect. Nothing in nature is perfect, so you don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. Work with what you have and make it work, and be proud of it, okay? So I'm not throwing these away. I'm just going to clean up my area. So I don't want you to think I'm throwing, because I don't throw anything away. That's one of my number one things is I use everything, and I buy good quality blooms because I'm not wasteful. I can do that. Oh, I've got quite a bit of greenery on me. Okay, I think I'm gonna go ahead and use this little piece. I'll just put it right there. That's gonna be super cute right there. Okay. All right, so now I'm gonna try to figure out exactly what I'm going to be doing here. Okay, so I do have these, and I have decided that I'm gonna do blue and white, but okay, if I didn't love these so much, I probably would not add yellow right now to this, but I love these, so and I love yellow, so I am going to incorporate this into my blue and white. And I like to tell my students, if you're just getting started in floral design, you'll want to work with light colors, pastel colors, and make sure they're color coordinated, because when you start working with dark colors, you know, it is a bit difficult and challenging, and it does take a bit of skill. So I encourage you, if you're getting started, to always work with your lighter pastel colors or neutral or cream colors until you get the feel for it, and then a little bit more experience, and then work with your brighter colors. Okay, that's just my opinion. I mean, you might start right away with your bright colors and it'd be beautiful, but you do want your blooms to be color coordinated in soft muted tones where everything matches. But I am today going to be working with these bright blue colors that I have on these. I'm going to be using a few of them that I sprayed with this satin Oxford blue. Okay, so let's wish me luck. Here we go. All right, so I think the first, see this one here, I have this big beautiful white flower here, and the stem has fallen off of that. So I'm going to find it necessary to go ahead and make a stem for that. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to do that right now, as a matter of fact. And at the bottom of this, it has a hole in it. So I'm just going to, this is just an old stem I had. I'm just going to poke the stick in the hole just like that. And then I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to get my hot glue gun. So if you have scrap material, you can make it work, okay? If you think, oh, I don't even have enough to make a basket or something, you put your scrap material together, make stems, and you can make it work, okay? Because, I mean, if you just saw this flower laying around, you'd think, oh, it's broken, I can't use it. But yeah, you can use it, okay? So, and I think I'm just going to go ahead and I'm just going to kind of put this in, not really in the center, but I'm just going to put it right there at an angle. And I might end up taking it out and not using it, but I'm going to see how it goes. And I do have, I believe that I have 2 of those. And I like to work with 3, so I will probably put 3 roses together in a cluster, and that will be what I consider my 3rd one for my odd number, okay? Okay, I do have this one. And my stem is not broken on this one, so yay. It's bent a little bit, but I'm going to go ahead and cut this at an angle so it goes nice and easy into my foam. Just always cut everything at an angle, and this is really sharp, and you'll see that it goes very nice into my foam like that. And I'm going to go ahead and glue it in there, but I actually could bring it out if I changed my mind and decided that I wasn't going to use that. And I always love greeneries with white. I think that's just very, very elegant. Okay, we're getting started. It's going to go pretty quick once we get started, okay? And these, I'm definitely not going to overpower it or overwhelm it with all these. So let me just cut off a little piece and see. I'm going to use at least 3 pieces of this. That's my odd number, right? And this is large. I could actually use 5, but like I said, I don't want to overpower it with my blue. Let's just see how it looks. And I think the blue leaves are so pretty too. They're really cute. I don't want this to be super big. So I think I'm just gonna I actually cut off a small piece, so now I have 1, 2, and I'm gonna cut off one more piece. Let me see. I might just cut this off right here at the top. I would like it a little bit longer, so okay. And I cut that at an angle. Make sure, okay, it's nice and sharp. And okay, so now I have 3 of these. I'm not going to use them yet, but I have them ready. And then those beautiful blue roses, I'm going to go ahead and I'm probably going to only use, well, let's see, I have 4 here. I'm definitely not using 4. I may only use 1 of these. I'm not really sure. I'm just going to go ahead and cut 3, but I may only use, or I may put them in like a trio. I'm not really sure right now what I'm going to do with these, but let me go ahead and cut the 3 of them up just in case. Okay, and I'll just have those ready. And then I have this pretty leaves, but I'm not using those. And I do have these hydrangeas, like I said, that you see all the different colors in there. I did lightly mist them just so that they would match with my berries and my roses, because these roses and these berries, would you believe these were a baby blue, a very light baby blue, and I sprayed them, and I love the way they turned out with these. Okay, and now I might go ahead and continue with my whites. So let me see. And I do have, I have these nice filler ones that have a yellow, and I have these. And you can't go wrong with getting these. These are beautiful filler flowers right here. I was going to tell you how much this was, but this whole bunch was $3 at Walmart. And so I do buy quality blooms, but occasionally I will get my greenery at, say, Dollar Tree or Walmart or something like that, because see, you can get all these for $3 at Walmart for these. Okay, so now, and I also bought these. These were already this color, and if you'll see, these I bought, I didn't spray these. This one I did spray so I could get it closer to my container here. These were already this color. But can you see how it wasn't exactly the color that I wanted, the navy blue that I was looking for? So you can see when I did spray these, how it became closer to the actual color that I wanted. Maybe I can put it this way, and you can see how that matches better. And I did not spray these or anything, so I might use a couple of these, and I may not. Okay. So let me continue with my whites. And I just got these beautiful white roses in a, and these just come in a bundle. And these are not expensive at all, but the petals are really soft on these, and they're not making all that crunchy, plasticky smell. So I think we are able to use these. We're gonna try and see. And what goes up must come down. So I'm actually gonna put this one at an angle somewhere around there, and then I'm gonna just put this one. Okay, we have one goes up, one goes down, and then I'm probably just gonna put one like kind of like right there, and then I'm just gonna go around and I'm gonna make my triangles with these. I would have liked to have some a little bit bigger, but that's all that I had here. So one goes up and comes down, so I'm going to put one right here at an angle, kind of like on the very corner of my arrangement. So let me just cut up some of these white ones, and then I'm really excited to see where we're going to put. So what goes up must come down, so we have one here, so we need to space it, put one right there. We know where that goes. Okay, so I'm just going to go all around, and you can have different heights on these. I'm actually going to put one. This one is very tall, much taller than the other one, so I'm just going to trim off the excess where I had cut other blooms, like this. I'm just going to cut this up because I want to use this nice long stem. Okay, so let me get my my glue gun, figure out where I want to put this one. I think I'm just gonna put this one actually. I want these leaves slide up. I want those to slide up and stay there. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this one right there, a little slightly higher than that one. And that one I did, normally we put everything in an angle, but I do want that one to be straight up and down, okay? But the other ones I will be putting in at an angle. Let me get another bunch of these, because this is a very, very large. So I went up with this one. So let me see, I'm gonna put one here, and then I'm gonna put one over here, right here, to make my triangle. And it doesn't have to be perfect, but you just kind of want to follow those guidelines, okay? So I have one here, and I'm gonna put one right there, and go ahead and put some more glue on this one. And if these stems are so thin, if I need to take these out, I definitely can, no problem. Okay, so I'm not putting a lot. Okay, let's see, I'm gonna cut up a few more of these. And these, like I said, were not expensive at all, but they're really pretty. So, okay, so I have this one going up here. So this is gonna be like my guideline. I have one going here, so I'm gonna put one at an, not straight up and down, but at an angle right there. And then I have one here, so that kind of makes that triangle. I'm okay with that. So I'm gonna turn it this way. See, I'm gonna turn it this way, right here, and I'm gonna use this one, and I'm gonna make a triangle on this side. And then I'm gonna push this up and just go ahead and glue that to the top, because I don't want that sliding down. And you can use your hot glue gun for 2 minutes before you have to put it on the chart. And I'm putting in it at an angle, and I've cut it at an angle, and I'm placing it in at an angle. Okay, I'm gonna glue this at the top because I don't want that falling down. Okay, so I have this one, I have my triangles here, so I know and I probably should put another one there. Okay, 1, 2, 3, because those are a little bit spaced apart, and I have another long stem, so I'm gonna cut the tag off. You guys still with me, or did you go get a snack? I was thinking some ice cream sounds really good. Okay, so I'm cutting my tag toward my stem at a sharp angle, and then I'm just twist the tag off, and then the second step is you just peel this right off. Well, in most cases you just peel it right off. So, and then I'm going to push this up and put a little bit of glue on there. And then if I have all these extra stems right here, I'm just going to cut those off. I don't need those in there. No one's going to see them, but you do want to work as neat and professional as you're able to, okay? So just go ahead and take the time. And sometimes they're a little difficult to cut, but just go ahead and cut all those off because you don't need those. And that's where I had been. This is the one that had started the branch. Okay, now, and this one may, if it's too hard to cut, don't worry about, yeah, I was able to get it. It's nice and sharp. But if it's too hard to cut, now I put this one straight up, but I'm going to lean this one out a little bit. You can go ahead and it doesn't, I'm going to make this one a little bit higher than this one, okay? And I'm going to put some glue down there because I do want that one to stay right there. And then I'm going to see if I need to make another triangle with that. So if I have that one there, I have this one here, and I have that one there. And then, let me see. It's already starting to look really beautiful. I'm just going around and I'm making triangles. So I'm going to continue making my triangles. So I believe I need another bunch of these to do that. So, okay. Let's see, I have this one here. So I'm going to come inward. Okay, on this one, I have this one here. And I'm going to come a little bit closer in and put it in at an angle. But it is going to be a triangle. I'm always thinking, and you don't want them too close together. You do want them to have space, okay? So you see how those are going to have space because we don't want them crowded. So let me see. I'm putting these in at an angle. So we know one goes right there, 1, 2, 3, and we've already made our big triangle. Okay? And then I need, we can see that I have 2 at the top, so I'm going to put, I need one more long one at the top, and that's going to make my 3rd one. And then for my large 3rd one, I'm going to make more triangles. I'm just going to keep making triangles. So fun. Okay, so this is my 3rd large one, and this one is this height. So this was about, I guess about 1 inch shorter, and then this one I'm probably going to make it more this height, and this one a little bit lower, or it might even be taller than that one, because your container, you can do your container 2 to 2.5 times in height, bigger than your container. So I'm doing this one about maybe 2 to 2. I'm probably doing this one 2.5 times the height of my container, which is going to be perfect. Let me just cut these extra branches off because we don't need it. Okay. Thank all of you for staying with me. So fun. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this at an angle like we always do. And this goes really nice into your floral foam. I can't say that enough. And this one, let me see. This one I put in completely straight, and I did an angle at this one, so I'm going to angle this one, and it may not be the height of either one of these. And this one is a little bit too tall right here, so I need to push that down. Okay, so this one I'm going to put right here in an angle, bit of an angle, just a bit of an angle, and see how that looks. That looks perfect. And then I'm going to put a dab of glue in that one, and put my glue gun back on the charger so it'll be ready for me for another 2 minutes. And I'm having a string party again. I am so excited to incorporate these blue ones. Okay, let me check all my triangles now. You can see, I'm just going to look around, and I'm going to see, we need something right here, right? Okay. So when you look around, you'll see that you do need something right here. And we'll push this up, cut it at an angle, just like that. And then I can see that I need something right here. Let me see. So let's see, I really need one right here going in at an angle. And then I need 2 more. I need one there and one there. So I'm gonna put one here. And then I'm gonna get another bunch. Well, here's one, let me see, but I might need a few more. Let me grab a few more of these. Okay, because this is going to be a really large arrangement. So we got one here, and we're going to put one right there. Okay, so that makes another triangle. Okay, so we're still working on it. This is what it's looking like so far. Now I'm just going to, I'm going to spin it around and see if they're too close. I'm going to make sure they're not too close together, and I'm going to make sure, like, I have some empty spots here, so I know that I need to fill that with greenery. So I'm going to do that, but first I'm going to put these in because I think these are real pretty, and I'm just going to cut these all apart. Let me see how these come apart. Apparently these are hot glued together. There's no wire or anything. These are just hot glued together right here. So I'll just go ahead and cut them off right here at an angle. And I'm gonna just, if I think it's too big or too bulky or anything, I may not want all of that, and I don't think that I do, so I will just cut some of it off. See, doesn't that look much better? And when I always tell my class, when you're working with baby breath, you don't want it to be gaudy or anything, so be careful of that. Like when you're arranging your dozen roses, you don't want to put big gobs of baby breath. You might want to put 3 bunches, you know, toward if your roses are at the top here, just kind of toward the middle, 1, 2, 3, and that's elegant enough. And I'm putting these in at an angle. I'm going to put a piece there. See, you can see it already starts making a difference. And I just feel like these are just way too much, so let me just cut these down. I don't want that many in there. And I'm saving these, you know that, right? Because I'm going to use them for something else. Are you guys still with me? Thank you, I really appreciate it. Because you do want to see the grand finale, right? This is an over-the-top wicker faux floral arrangement, and it's going to be beautiful. And then I'm just kind of spreading these out, and then I have one here, so I'm going to put one right in the center right there, and I'm going a little bit lower than my other blooms, okay? And then once we get done with this, we're going to see if we have any holes that we need more greenery, and then we're going to decide where to put our blue and our yellow, okay? But I want this to be a nice and full arrangement. But I just don't want it to be gaudy, like I said. So, and I've got 3 pieces here, so I'm gonna put it on this side, like that. So it's already starting to look pretty, and I can see that we have a hole right there. So we're gonna fix that right now. And I might use let me see how many I have on here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 6 on here, so I'll just cut one off, and we'll just put this whole branch, cut it at an angle, put it right there, and spread it. And once I put it there, once you put it there, just go ahead and spread it out a little bit. Can you guys see that? That makes it look real pretty. Okay, so now, now we have that in there, and we have these right here. So I think I'm going to go ahead and incorporate some of these in here. And these are nice filler flowers. Can you see those? Those are really pretty. And these are quite, the stems are quite long on these. So I'm going to put one in the middle. And what goes up must come down. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to come down with it. So it's, let me see if I can show you guys. It's right here, right here. So I'm going to come down with it right there. That's where it goes, okay? And then I bet all of you can guess where this one goes. Okay. So if we have this one here and we put this one here, we know this one goes right there. See, once you get a few techniques down, you'll be able to do it. Okay. And then I do want to hot glue that one right there. I want to hot glue that one, and I do want to hot glue this one. And I put it at an angle going down. This one's up and down like that. And we made a triangle with that. So now I'm going to turn it and do the same thing on this side. Okay, with these. So it's really fun and really easy to work with these triangles. It makes it so easy for you to know what to do, what the next step is. So we know we have one in the middle, right here. We have one in the middle, so we know one goes here. And I'm going to bend that down because what goes up must come down, and spread it out like that. And that looks really pretty. So we know we have one here and here, and we're going to put one over here, okay? Okay, we do have one, so we can do that. I'm cutting it at an angle again, here, and we're going to put one right there. And that's, I do want to put that in a nice angle, and I want to hot glue that in because I don't want that moving around at all for any reason. Okay, so now, and this is a perfect example of what I was talking about, how we use everything. This has 3 types of, this has berries, and it has this and this leaf right here. So this has 3 types of greenery, but we're not working with pink. So we're going to cut that right off. And we're going to use the greenery. See? And we're going to save that, and we're going to use it in something else. And we can keep that because it has like an off-white little flower starting to bloom. so that looks like a very natural flower. And this one is has a very long stem, and let me see where we might want to put it. I might just want to, if I don't have but one of those, let me see, where would I put this? I might just put it between these two and make it, put it low. Let me see how low I can go with that. And I don't mind if a little sprig of it is sticking up. Okay, let me hot glue that. If I find another piece like that, I would put it there. But if I don't find one, everything doesn't have to be matchy-matchy. I'll find something complementary to this one and I'll put it right there. And then I'll put a few pieces on the outside going down, if I can find that. And I also have these, and I think these are really bright and beautiful. So we're gonna see what we can do to make this work now, because right now we have all of these whites and greens. So we need to incorporate our yellow and our blue, but we wanna make sure we don't have any empty spaces. We wanna make sure we have greenery covering all of our mechanics. And I have a, let me see, I'm looking, yeah, I see quite a few. I see, and then you can just bend your leaf down. I see quite a bit of empty space right here, so we do not want that. So I'm just going to take another bunch of these and just start filling that in. But like I said, I don't want it gaudy, so I will cut off some of these and just have a few sprigs, like 3. There's 4, so I'm going to just take this one off too. And then I'm going to start just filling it. I'm going to go really low with this, like toward the bottom, just to kind of feel some space. Yeah, like I said, this is a very, very large arrangement, but it's going to be beautiful. Okay. Yeah, just go look for your basket and just come back and do it with me. And we'll just make a beautiful faux wicker basket arrangement, or whatever kind of basket you have. I just don't like too many of these in one area, so I do want to go low with these. Just to, I'm going very, very low with these, just to cover empty spaces. And then I'm going to check again to see what else we might need. Okay. Cut that off. Okay, there we go. Now I'm just always turn your arrangement and just kind of look and see. And you can put these in an angle under your flowers if you see like a bit of an empty spot, because we don't want any empty spots. And it does take quite a few materials to fill an arrangement this large, so your basket, you know, may not be this large, and it won't take you quite as long if your basket's not this large. But no water needed, and this will last forever, so it's definitely worth making it, and it's so much fun. I love it. Okay, so I don't want to use any more of this. Okay, so I'm going to clean up my workspace here. Okay, let me see what else I have. I do have quite a few of these left, so I don't know if I'm going to use those or not. Let me see. Yeah, I do have quite a bit of this left, so I might use some toward the end if I need to. Okay, let's see. Here's a little leaf I found, and I'm just covering my mechanics here with any little extra kind of leaves that I have. Okay, see, I have this here. And as I'm pulling the leaves up, see, like that, and I don't need those colors. So once again, it's very simple. I'm just going to snip them off because I do want to use this greenery, and I'm going to use this. These have little purple flowers. So I mean, I'll use them as something else. I'll make a stem for them, or like I said, a little teacup. Okay, see how cute that is? So we are definitely going to use that. All right, let me see if I can find somewhere that has a hole or doesn't have a variety of greenery. And I think it goes right there. See, that covered that space really nice. Can you see it? Okay, so now let me see if I'm happy with all of my spaces being covered. I can go ahead and use this one, I think. Wow, this one's too hard to cut. Let me see. Yeah, that one's too hard. Let's see what other greenery I have. Do I have any more greenery? Well, I guess that I do not have any handy right now. So, okay, this is what our arrangement is looking like. Now, let's go ahead and figure out these beautiful blue flowers. Do you want to figure out the blue flowers or figure out the yellow flowers first? Let's do the yellow ones first, okay? And then we'll know where the blue ones go. Okay, I'm gonna, this one is a little bit bolder than I'm thinking I want. So I think I'm just gonna stick with these. I love yellow, it's like my favorite colors. I'm so tempted to use this, but I cannot. Okay, I'll use it for something else. If I have, see how bright that is? I can't really use that one either. Oh, I need like a pale colors. Like this one. This one's a little bit lighter. Like, see how dark that one is and how much lighter this one. I don't know if I can use that either. Okay, so now let me go ahead and cut this one up. And this has a different textured greenery as well. So, cutting it at an angle. And these stems are kind of soft, so I'm probably going to go ahead and hot glue that in there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put one, I have three, so I have three here. So in between these two, I'm going to put it at a bit of an angle like this. And these, you can bend these down. And then I'm going to do that possibly all the way across. Let me see. I won't be able to make the tray. I won't be able to bring these down. So let me see. I might just go ahead and put it. I just want you guys to see how pretty that is. You can even hot glue the sleeves down if you want to be able to showcase that a bit more. And I have one high and one low, and I'm going to put one on this side. And that's going to be my triangle, okay? And I'm going to go a little bit higher with this one on this side. Let me see. Okay, because I have one going here and one a little bit lower. They don't all have to be the same height, okay? So let me just show you guys. So we're going to just put this one right here. This one at an angle. I'm not going up and down, I'm going in like this, okay? Like that, okay? So now we have 1, 2, and we have 3. Okay. Let's see if you can see those. Okay. So now I'm just beyond excited to incorporate this blue, but it is a bit tricky. So I do have to kind of figure out what I want to do with this one. I think since we have so much in the center, I think we're just going to go ahead and just have this sticking out a little bit further. I might even have to make the stem longer. We're just going to leave it just, I think we'll just leave it just like that. Okay, and then I cut off 3 pieces, remember? So I'm just going to turn my basket, and I'm going to put a piece at the other end. And then I'm going to go back in and fill in any spots that have openness. I'm going to just incorporate a piece right there. Okay. And where is our other piece? Because I know I did cut 3 of the berries. Oh, here it is right here. Thank you guys for staying with me. Okay, so we have a piece at this end, and we have a piece at this end. So I think I'm just going to put this somewhere toward the middle. I think I will just go ahead and I'm just going to go ahead and incorporate this right behind my yellow, because I think that's going to be pretty accent like that. Let's see if you guys can see it. Can you guys see it there by the yellow? And since I have one here and here and here, I'm going to cut 2 more, and I'm going to go ahead and stick with odd numbers. I'm going to use 5 of those, okay? So my little berries here, I am going to go ahead and use 5 because this is such a large arrangement. And it's going to be just fabulous. I love it. Okay, one, and I'm going to put one on this side, right here. See, I put one right here, right there. And I've got here and here, and I got 2 there. And I just want to stick in one more little piece. Let me see. I'll just figure out where I'm going to put in. I might just go ahead and use this little piece because I don't want too much of this. Okay, so we have what goes up must come down, so we know we'll just go ahead and put it, our 5th piece. I think I'll just put it, I'll probably just put it right there. Okay, so it's looking pretty so far. And now I do have some of these little sunflowers, and since we did put our pretty yellow in there like that, let me get a close up of that for you. Okay, and I do have several of these. I might just put these kind of low in the arrangement, like that, like something like that, around, just to put like a little filler, and then we can put our little rose in. We have this beautiful little rose, and I want to put whichever side I want to be the front of my basket. I'm going to put this little rose. So let's see. The biggest bloom is I have 2 on that side, so I think I will just tuck this down, bring this up a little bit, and then I think I'm just going to put my rose. I think I'm just put my rose like right there. Put my rose right there. Possibly leave it right there. And these, let me see. Oh, I just pulled it off the top. Okay, let me see here. If I want to put these very, very low. Why do I keep pulling it off the top? Sorry. I definitely need some hot glue for this now. I bet you did. Okay. Let me see. Let me just put some glue. Let's just see what we think about this. I just love hydrangeas. Real ones and faux ones. But let's just see what we think about if we could possibly put the hydrangea right in here behind the rose and push it as far down as we could. Let's see. Does that take too much away from the rose? Let me see. Maybe if I put the rose out a little bit, because this beautiful leaf, I do want that to show. Do y'all think that takes too much away from it? Yeah, I think it does. Let me just take that out. I don't want that there. Yeah, I don't want anything to take away from this beautiful rose here, okay? So we're not going to use the hydrangeas, but we possibly could. Let's see, we could possibly use no, I don't really think that we do need any more blue. I don't want to add any more blue. Let me just see if we need any more of this for filler. Any spaces we have open, and we'll put our final touches on our beautiful faux arrangement. I'm just going to cut off a few of these just to see. I'm going to put them very, very low if there's any spaces that need a filler. That's all. Okay. This is going to be my next to final go around checking everything. Okay. Let's see. I didn't really want to add any more yellow in that, so this is a pale yellow, so let me just go very low with this. anywhere I see an open space, I'm just gonna go low, low, and fill it in. And then I'm gonna turn it around, and I'm gonna show all of you what it looks like. Okay. You don't want none of your mechanics showing, and you want to give space between your flowers. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? I think I'll just go ahead and fill a little bit more of this around because I do have it, and I do want everything to be covered nice. And I was kind of wondering if I would want to put a bow in there somewhere, because I love bows. Some say the bows are a little bit outdated in your arrangement now, but people are not using them as much. Florists are not using them as much, but I love bows in there. So, all right, let me see. Okay, this looks pretty full. All right, so let me check anything. I could probably put this right down in the middle, right there. That looks good. Okay. We don't want it gaudy or anything, and we don't want to take away from that. So, let me see. I think I do need a little bit more stuff at the very bottom right there. Okay. I need something right here, and this is not quite long enough. This stem here. So, I think I'll use this. Wow, my video is over an hour. If you're still with me right now, I really appreciate it. But you may have had to turn it off and come back and join me later if it got too long. Okay. But thank you so much. Don't forget, please hit like, share, and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And then that was a very rough branch. Hard to cut off, but I don't mind putting a little piece there. And then I'm going to find another little piece and put it right there. I think we're about ready to wrap this up. Let me see if there's anything else we want to do. I don't think there is. And you always feel so good when you put that final piece in. So I'm going to save this for my final check, okay? And I'm going to clean my work area up because I call it a stress-free environment. Wow, this did get a bit long for you guys, but I hope that you really enjoyed it. I hope that you really enjoyed it and you feel inspired to make your own basket. Okay, let's see if we can get a good shot of this. I'm gonna hold it back here like this, and then I'm gonna bring it close and go around. I'm actually gonna be giving this to my friend Dominique. Okay. Some people say Dominique or Dominique, but I'm going to be giving it to her. Okay. Let me see. Let's see how this, I do have this, it's a bit of an iridescent ribbon. It's very sparkly and shiny. Let me see if it would be a spot that I possibly could use it. I don't feel like I probably will, but let's just look and see how it would look. Because on this side I have my beautiful blue flower there, but I don't have much on, in a way of that on this side. So I could put it there, and then that beautiful yellow flower, the only one we have that has the beautiful pearls, I could bring that out. I mean, if somebody's looking at it from this side, it'd be pretty, and if they're looking at it from that side, it'd be pretty. Let me just stick that in there and see what we think. And I have the wire on the back of my ribbon here, so I'm thinking that I'm just going to, I'm probably going to just put a stick on my wire like this, and then I'm going to put some floral wire, and then I'm going to hot glue it just straight down in there. That's all I'm planning to do. And if we don't like it, we can always take it out. So let's just see. Okay, so I'm just going to put this, just to make it more, not quite so flimsy, I'm just going to put the stem on there next to my wire, like this. And I'm gonna go all around it. Like this. Like that. So now I have a little stem here. And I do need my floral wire. I'm sorry, my floral tape. And I'm just going to go ahead and go around my mechanics because we don't want any of our mechanics showing. I think our basket looks lovely. Okay, let's see. And I'm just going to put that around there just to hide the mechanics. That's all I'm doing, okay? And then I'm just going to pull off the end and push it down. And then, where's the, this is the back of my bow here. Okay, let's see. And then you always have to refluff your bow anyway. And I'm just going to twist it a bit tighter right there so it stays, and hot glue it. Hot glue that right there, just like that. That is not going anywhere. Okay, so now I'm just going to, I'm not putting it in the middle. I'm tucking it away a little bit over to the right. And I'm going to push it really low. I'm going to push it really low. And I'm going to, oh, got a little burn. You can't create anything beautiful when you don't get a little burn every now and then, right? I always like to joke when I'm selling my floral wreaths, every burn I get, I charge $5 extra for my wreath. And it's actually true. Okay. So, let's see. And when you're doing your little stems right here, you don't have to have them both the same. So what I'm just going to put these together and fold them, and I'm going to make a dovetail. And when you make your dovetail, I notice when you take your scissors, cut fast because it makes a nice clean cut. Because if you take your time, it's going to be kind of jagged, and you always want to cut from the cloth to the wire. Okay, like this. See, I did two together, and I didn't really cut it fast enough, so it's crooked. Let me do it again. Oh, my scissors aren't very sharp. Okay, yeah, that does not look good. So what I'm gonna do is, but see, I have plenty of room. See, it's still hanging so low. I like to leave my tails long, and then if I mess up, I have plenty of chances to do it again. I'm gonna make one shorter, and because these scissors for some reason are a bit dull, I'm gonna do one at a time, but you can generally fold them and do both at the same time. But I'm gonna do it this way and cut quick. See, and that makes a nice sharp dovetail. And I want this one to hang. I think I am gonna go ahead and leave this bow because I really do like it. So let me see. And then if someone is looking at my arrangement on the other side, they see that beautiful blue rose, and if they're looking at it from this side, they're going to see this beautiful iridescent bow. Okay, and then I want to show you when you do make your bow. I've just kind of incorporated it into my design here, but on your tails, just kind of lift it up here with your finger like this. Well, lift it up with your finger like that and pull it down, and it makes that nice curl. Do you see this nice curl? So just basically lift it up and press in with your finger like that and just pull it out like that, and it does make that nice curl. Okay, and then I like to look at my ribbon and get my hot glue gun, and I like to go ahead and keep it standing up straight. So I'm gonna put just one tiny dot of glue and press the middle loop together, because and then the bottom loop I'll probably press that because I do want it to keep this position for me. I don't want it moving all around. So just one little dot of glue, and that kind of holds it all together. And remember how I said you want space between your flowers, so make sure you have some space. Your loop should always be facing you for your bow. Okay. Let's see how that looks. Let me clean up my workspace once more, and we'll put this final piece on, and we're done. We're done. I'm really excited to give this to my friend Dominique. Okay. We're just gonna put that off into the trash. I have a lot of stuff here, so we'll just put that over there. And when you're working with the floral foam, always wash and dry your hands because it does have chemicals and you don't want children playing with that, okay? All right, let's take a look and see what we have now. Okay, so this has a little extra nook and cranny, and we're gonna cut that off. Well, thank you, Jesus, for helping me to make this beautiful arrangement. Okay, it's a little bit hard to see here, but it is actually very beautiful. And that's the bow side here. See how pretty it is when we've incorporated that blue. And I'm just in love with this beautiful little rose here. And I might add a little bit more greenery because I want to cover a little bit more of the bottom of my basket. So I will add a little bit more greenery. And see how that little sprig of blue, just that little pop of color, just so pretty. And then we have our beautiful iridescent bow, and I think I will go ahead and leave that there. But my light blueberries, that blue painted with this spray paint made them look really pretty. And then we can't not forget about this beautiful light yellow flower with the pearls inside. Is that pretty? I want to thank all of you so much for staying with me this long. 1 hour and 16 minutes. My Facebook group is Floral Class with Kathy, K-A-T-H-Y. I hope you'll join me there May 22nd. We're going to be having some giveaways for those of you that have liked and subscribed to my channel to support me. I do really appreciate that. Thank all of you for staying with me this long. And if you had to turn it off, I hope you'll turn it back on and grab your basket and feel inspired to make something beautiful. Good night, everyone.